Jonathan here. Guest model is Katerina, and we're going to be going over plank to pike. This is a very difficult exercise, one of the two exercises that are very difficult. This is a core stabilizer, and we're performing it on the carriage facing the front platform. Scoot the knees all the way forward so that she can place her hands either under her shoulders or holding the sides. Toes, we're placing her knees with her toes. And then now we're holding a plank. Soften the weight out of her toes, and then she's going to lift her stomach, belly button, or hips up to bring the carriage in. We want to make sure that we start the sentence with the lift and then bring the carriage in. We lower down as the carriage goes out. If you say to bring the carriage in with your feet or bring the carriage in first, people are more likely to use their toes instead of lift from their belly button, hips, or center of body. So it's lift up from the stomach as you bring the carriage in and lower down from the stomach or hips as the carriage goes out. Now what I like to do if I get tired is a push-up. You can take a break if you want to, whatever you prefer. And then what we're going to do is your challenge. So she's going to go up halfway into the letter A, a tent or a mountain. And easy is pulsing down 2 inches and up 2 inches, which is easier because you're going back to the starting position. If you wanted to intensify, you would go up 2 inches and down 2 inches from the midway point. And that's how you can intensify or modify the challenge. Now we're going to talk about things that you shouldn't do. She's going to go ahead and collapse her middle back and her shoulder blades are going to come up. This is putting too much weight in the wrist. Put your hands in between the shoulder blades, push up, and now there's more rounding in the shoulder. Another thing we want to avoid is she's going to show you what it looks like when you drag the carriage in as you pike up. This is her using more of her toes instead of lifting from the stomach. You can see that there's a lot of weight in the toes and too much pulling of the carriage. Another thing that we're going to show you is this. We're going to hold down into your plank, and she's going to show you her heel. So focus on her heels, the back of the foot, and she's going to lower her heel as she goes up. And then she's going to bring her heels up to the starting position as she goes down. This is not something that's going to harm anybody, but it's a really easy form correction because all you have to do is come behind, hold the heels from going down, and you just push into the heels as they go up, and you keep pushing into the heels as you go down. Remembering that when you form correct by pushing, you only push as much as they push into you, because if you push them too much, they're going to fall forward, and if you don't push enough, you will fall forward. So as she continues her plank to pike, we're going to talk about the target muscles. The core is the primary muscle because she's using it to lift up and lower down. The secondary and tertiary muscles are the triceps and the shoulders, because remember that when you're on your hands and have a soft bend in both your elbows, the tricep and the shoulder kicks in. You're also working a little bit of your quads, and those are your target muscles. Now, one important thing before we end the video is if you focus on Katerina's head, as she goes up, she looks at her knees, shins, or shoelaces to keep the neck in line with the spine. And then she looks down at the platform as she lowers down to also keep the neck in line with the spine. Another challenge you can do is going up into a plank to pike and holding. Without moving the carriage, we lower the knees down and then we lift the hips up. Now she's going to show you what it looks like when she goes up, pushing through her toes. She's going to lower down, and using her toes, she's going to go up. Train your eye and see what's going on. She's going to give me one more repetition, pushing through her toes. It's great. She's not moving the carriage, but let's feel more. Lower down the knees and hold. Now, without using her toes, she's going to lift her hip from her hip. And if you do it right, you're going to feel it much heavier, and it's going to feel a lot more heavier. And this is your plank to pike, and see y'all next time.